Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boisterous coming to you with my co-commentator Kadoink, bringing you some forum showcase at map action stuff. Spy up here in the top right-hand corner of it, we do have Allimiira as the purple Terran, and down here in the bottom left-hand corner we have his opponent Omnipotent as the pink Terran. So we are going to have a TVT on Antigua Shipyard. Very fancy.
Woohoo! Antigua, great map. Should make for some TVT fun.
Yeah, most definitely. I love Antigua. It's so good.
I do too. It's a nice looking map. Blizzard did really well with this one. I think some people would say it's Terran favored, and that might be a little true. But I like the fact that certain maps are favored towards certain races. Like I know everyone ideally thinks that every map should be completely balanced, but I think I like the idea in like a best of 5 you going, well. Yeah. I should pick this map because I feel like it's going to give me a little bit of an edge. And I think that they should make it to where maps have like 52% win rates for certain races, like just barely, better for one race.
I'm not sure if I agree with that. I think maps should favor different strategies.
That too.
I don't like them favoring like certain races because only one race has that strategy. Like Antigua is a very strong map for Protoss because if you ever manage to catch your opponent's army in the base of your opponent, either in the third or the natural or the main base, you can force field off that base and take a free base and like just snipe it, and there's nothing they can do about it for the most part.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't like that because no other race has force field. I guess you could kind of do it with infestors, but you would need to be pretty freaking good at infesting to get that done.
See, I like it because that is like character to this map. Like, oh man, I hate this map because I always get force fielded on my third. But then at the same time, a Protoss player could be like, oh man, I hate, map X because it's so, this Terran player has this drop location. He drops me every time, and I think that
from a Pro League.
Like the rock map from Pro League. It's just like it gives maps these kind of characters, and so we can talk not just about the races, but also the maps and their strengths and their weaknesses for different races. I think maybe one race shouldn't be favored, but maybe there should be certain things that are like super strong on one map that a Protoss player has to be weary about.
Well, I mean, that's what I very much like about the maps like that rock map in Pro League, is that it's very strong for drop play.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and it looks like we do have Omnipotent actually going for the exact same build that he did last game, which turned out to be a powerhouse for him.
Yeah, it was super good. I love this. I love Hellions. I think they're incredible units. It's funny, when I started playing StarCraft, I hated them. I thought they were squishy and weak and just silly.
Well, they are, but...
They are, but the more I watch it, the more I realized how much I loved them. So I'm excited to see Hellions come out. Interesting that Allimiira went for this one Rax expand. Was he the one who went CC first in game 1? I can't remember.
Yes, he was.
And he's putting down once again his 3rd command center. So I think he's going to be going mech.
I think he was. I think he went CC first after bunker.
No, he went. You can't build a bunker without a Rax. So he went Rax, bunker,
You're right, Rax,
and
bunker,
then
expand. Yeah.
So he's doing the same exact build, which worked out really, really well in game number 1. So Allimiira might take this with good mech play again, but we'll have to see how it does with Omnipotent's build that he came up with in game 2.
Yeah, and Allimiira is not making the big mistake that he made last game, which was moving out with those Marines. So these Hellions are not going to be doing nearly the amount of damage they did last game. Last game they killed off, what, 14 SCVs? And yeah. I don't think that's going to happen at all, actually, because this barracks, or this bunker is just going to be able to kill off so many Hellions before they manage to break into the main base. Maybe if you use 3, 1 will get in. Maybe.
Yeah, that's actually a really, really good bunker placement. I think 3 would allow... I think 3 might allow 2 to get in, but the second one would be quite damaged. In fact, we're going to see right now as he's going to be moving forward. He might just poke, but it's not going to get up now because we have 2 supply depots and a large number of Marines to boot. So these Hellions are just going to be there to feign pressure.
and possibly to be able to scout out the location and the placement time of the third base. The orbital command is now finishing up in the main base for Allimiira, so that is going to be his third orbital command, so he might see quite a bit of mule play, which he has shown to like a lot. Omnipotent is actually dropping down his own third with the Balls of Steel, of putting it down at the actual base location. So this game is going to shape up to be quite interesting. We even see Allimiira going for Hellions of his own. Ooh.
Yeah, really interested to see this engineering bay because he is going double starport, which is quite weird. That could just be for some turrets. I don't know why he would need to build this engineering bay. I mean, he only has one Rax. He's not producing Marines at all. In fact, he's producing Hellions 2 at a time. He's got his 2 starports, so there's not much use in having that engineering bay. Unless, of course, he wants planetary fortresses, but...
I think it's literally there just for kind of a backup plan, because he saw what happened when his opponent went Cloaked Banshees, and I think we might even be seeing Cloaked Banshees coming out from Allimiira this game. You have the double Tech Lab on those starports.
It's weird, but with double Tech Lab, I feel like you could very easily just build a Raven, and that would kind of solve a lot of your problems.
Yeah.
Especially now that they have Hunter-Seeker Missile right out the bat.
Yeah, we are going to see Cloak and a Banshee popping out for Allimiira, so this, I could definitely see this being a double Banshee play. It looks like he is going to be floating his orbital command out to land at the third base. The base is already actually done for Omnipotent, so he is going to have a little bit of extra mining time. Of course, he didn't quite get the energy gain that Allimiira had, but, you know, it's kind of a trade-off.
2 Hellions picked off by Omnipotent. Very good play, keeping control of that watchtower and having that nice little concave. It looks like he's switching into a Marine tank once again, which is what he did in game number 2. Really, really effective. Glad to see it. But I would like to see some more tech out of Omnipotent. I'd like to see an engineering bay go down because he's really going to need some upgrades. He is working on, of course, his stem and combat shield. But I think the next step is to get those NG bays up.
Yeah, especially because we have these Banshee plays rocking in, and you know, there's 2 Banshees on the way, along with 2 Banshees already done. Cloak is just about to finish, so this is probably going to get a little bit on the sketchy side for Omnipotent, because he really only has scans to defend against this, and he doesn't even have a scan currently. It's going to be at least 20 seconds before a scan is up.
Yeah, I love this. He needs to sit these Banshees here and wait for the other 2. If he attacked with those 2, it would be just as though he had built 1 starport with Tech Lab. But since he has 2, he really needs to go in with 4, and I think that's going to be what his... Oh, no, that's not his plan at all.
He goes in with 2. I think you're a little bit behind me. And even with 2, I mean, just having the Cloak is going to make this so much more cost efficient. I think he is tripping up to get a scan down, but Allimiira is doing a very nice job of dancing around with these Marines, and he does manage to only take a slight amount of hull damage on Slot Original Banshee, which can kind of get repaired right up. He does have 2 more Banshees out, and they are going to be meeting up with the 2 Banshees that are currently cloaked at the bottom of the map. He should probably uncloak those, but you know, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah. I'm at 10:30 or 11:35, just so we...
Alright, you're like 5 seconds ahead?
5 seconds ahead? Okay.
Yeah, I'm at
I'm sure...
11, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Okay, I'm sure you'll catch up over time. Banshees are just returning home, so it looks like he's going to wait for 2 more before he decides to move out. Oh, and look at this. If you look at the bottom of his base, he is going to be building a fusion core, so...
This guy knows how to play.
Yeah, very cool. If only he had a Zerg buddy to go Roaches, he would be in this to win this for sure with his Roach Battlecruiser build. So we're going to record some 2v2s for you guys one day. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be hilarious. Oh my god, our 2v2s are so bad.
They're incredible, man. We won that game with ease.
No, we didn't. We almost died like 4 times.
We held on. I pulled all my drones and we were fine. Drones are super strong for some reason.
Yeah, I know. God, that was such a stupid game.
We have a lot of tanks and marines out of Omnipotent. He's also getting his +1 attack and defense. Would love to see that armory go down so he can start working on +2 when it finishes. He does indeed have one, so he's going to start that +2/+2 once the his +1 finishes for his marines. He should also get some tank upgrades. That's actually really effective. A lot of people.
A little bit if you want to restart the call for Skype.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'll just let you talk for 5 minutes or so. We'll see if it stabilizes.
That sounds good. Well, we do have Omnipotent currently moving out across the center of the map. He does retake the Zelnaga Tower. Now, of course, he lost a couple units up there, but it was nothing too bad. Allimiira has quite a hit squad. Hit squad, that's the word I was looking for, of Hellions, and this is definitely going to be an air Terran build. We have currently 2 cattle bruisers being built up in different starports, and that's going to be dangerous. 3?
We have 3.
Wow. This is going to be quite a dangerous build from Omnipotent.
Yeah, I actually don't know if it's going to be any good, though. I mean, it keeps losing his Marines and Hellions. And,
well, I think he doesn't really need
I don't
the
know.
Marines and Hellions, because, I mean, he's facing a primarily Marine tank force, and Marines and tanks aren't exactly that scary if you have Vikings and Battlecruisers and Banshees, just because you snipe off their medevacs, which are their primary support units, so fast, and they'll usually just stim themselves to death, or at least to a point where all of your Banshees are you know, one-shotting Marines.
Yeah. Omnipotent knows this is coming. One-trick pony, 3 builds.
I don't know if that's the definition of a one-trick building, of a one-trick pony. I'm pretty sure a one-trick pony only, in fact, has one trick. We have an interesting little, like, following path on one of these battle cruisers.
Yeah. It's very, very weird.
So
oh, and all the Banshees.
Oh, actually, wow, that was a lot of damage done to the Banshees. However, you know, wow, that was every Banshee. This might actually not turn around to be well for Allimiira. This was definitely a sketchy build, to say the least. He should have done his best not to lose those, not to lose any of those Hellions. He really needed them to fight off these Marines.
Yep, and losing a battlecruiser like that, very, very huge. He only has 2 now, actually 3. 4th one on the way. How's my mic? Better?
It's better. It's not the best,
Good.
but no, it's better.
Okay. Internet, man.
Internet's hard, dude.
Yeah, I think Omnipotent
is
just gonna push and win.
Yeah, this is definitely a very dangerous force, and in fact, we are even going to see him elevator, which is a very, very good idea here. The only thing that can really change on this is if his medevacs get picked off while they're transplanting a lot of units, but that's not going to happen. This is way too many Vikings to hopefully have a chance against this. And he is going to be landing his Vikings, but they're probably just going to get picked off.
Yeah, and they're landing
instantaneously. Ouch, this is a little bit rough. Allimiira's battlecruisers actually do a reasonable amount of damage to the main force. However, whoa, this is going to get cleaned up for Allimiira. Oh.
Yeah, he's going to clean it up, but I mean, what was it worth it really?
Not
you look
really.
at
I mean,
the supply. It's an
yeah, and
Omnipotent has
managed to escape with most of his tanks, and that was a little bit of a trying to figure out who was going to talk argument.
We're both dancing with 2 left feet here, so
exactly.
Omnipotent has a gold base, which is really nice, and he sees the base up in the top left. So I don't know. I think that he has the game at this point. He needs to quit building tanks. He has a ton of them. He has indeed stopped, but
yeah, no, against
Viking upgrades aren't
like,
crucial. He's at 0-0 and.
Yeah,
well,
it looks like we're even going to see Allimiira kind of just transition right into mass battlecruiser, which is, it's a fancy strategy, and your microphone was getting a little bit on the worse side as you continued into that monologue. And we actually don't see a whole lot of Marines currently up here at the front. It's enough to hold us off at least until more battlecruisers get here. But actually, this battlecruiser's doing a lot of damage to these Marines. Even with the medevac killing them, I could see this battlecruiser taking out all of the Marines, which is pretty nice. There is, in fact, another Banshee swinging out. There's 4 battlecruisers currently, so he will easily be able to bat this off. I'm not even sure if he's going to lose a battlecruiser. Battlecruisers deal a lot of damage, but it looks like that is a large amount of Marines, and even though battlecruisers are essentially flying fortresses of doom, I'm not sure what his chance is going to be at holding this off, and it looks like it's going to be reasonably low. He is going to lose all 4 of his battlecruisers, which is basically the bulk of his army at this point. If you look at the units tab, there's 5 Vikings and 70 SCVs as Allimiira admits to being a one-trick pony that can only win with mech and calling the GG.
Yeah, that's very sad. Sky Terran needs a buff. To be honest, battlecruisers aren't very good. Can it be nice?
Though? Amazing.
Yeah, if you have roaches to back them, they're incredible. But that's because roaches are good against Marines. But yeah, Sky Terran needs a little help. So I think Allimiira had a very admirable try
Yeah,
with it.
I mean, game 2 he kind of just got wrecked because of a very very poor decision in the early game of moving his Marines out, and then game 3, I mean, he was so close, but Sky Tyrant is just bad, and he went for
Yeah.
way too many Vikings for that middle engagement.
Yep. But congrats on Omnipotent.
All right, so anyway, Kadoink, where can they find videos that you have commentated?
You can check me out at the Non Esports official YouTube channel. That's where I spend the most of my time. Uh, so just search Non Esports, and then also Canoeing Studios. You can check me out there as well.
Yeah, guys, and if you would like to watch any other games I've commentated, you can head over to youtube.com/user/boisteroussc2. Also, if you would like your games commentated, you can send them on into boisteroussc2@gmail.com. This is Boisterous.
This is Canoeing.
Signing out.